I now know that that actually is creating negative ions, and then you drink the water. In fact, in the old book, it didn't talk about negative ions, but it talks about making the water live, like it is in the pounding of the waves and the rushing through the creeks.
Barbara, a lot of people in today's world, my country, 1.6 billion people, chronic fatigue. They're constantly tired. What should we be telling the youngsters, middle-aged people, that you shouldn't be fatigued?
There is one cause of chronic fatigue syndrome, and that is lack of oxygen at the cellular level. Now, there can be 100 reasons why there's lack of oxygen at the cellular level. But if you go into the cell, you'll see that the oxygen burning with the glucose will give 36 units of energy compared to the glycolytic part of the cell, no oxygen, 2 units of energy. So if oxygen is in the cell, you're getting 18 times more energy. So then you've got to look at, well, why aren't you getting oxygen in? Is it because you're mouth breathing? If you nose breathe, you get much more oxygen coming in and out. I found it interesting that in Genesis 2 verse 7, the Bible says, God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. He became a living soul. So I say when I'm lecturing, not mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. This was nostrils. And then scientifically, looking at the anatomy and physiology of the nose, it purifies the air, it warms the air, it humidifies the air, balances blood gases, pressurizes the air, making it perfect for the lungs. Some people have chronic fatigue syndrome because they're breathing through their mouth. Some people have chronic fatigue syndrome because their house is mouldy. They're breathing in chemicals. Or maybe they're hunched and their abdominal muscles are weak, and we need to breathe also with our abdominal muscles and our nose. So that I could talk for the next 2 hours on this one.
So focus on the breath and start from that point.
That's
when
right.
you're starting with fatigue.
That's right.
And water is the other
That's right.
gentleman that can help you.
That's right. And being well hydrated and moving this